Yo, what's going on guys? Nick here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about campaign budget optimization, aka CBO. As we all know it, early 2020, Facebook announced they want to start rolling over more accounts to primary CBO. And the reason why I say just more accounts, not all accounts, because Facebook has been so finicky with this update. They announced it back in, I think, like 2018, 2019. They were supposedly in September 2019 going to roll all accounts over CBO, and they just did not do anything with that. In fact, the only thing they did was if your account ran primary CBO campaigns, they automatically switched you over. But they want to start pushing a little bit more pressure now and rolling over more accounts. So in this video, I want to talk to you guys about CBO and a few strategies that we're currently using. So CBO is actually very effective if you know how to use it properly. With campaign budget optimization, the science behind it and why it was rolled out is Facebook believes they can control your budget better at a campaign level than you controlling your budget at an ad set level and delegating where that budget should go in each audience. And now at first I was very skeptical about that because I felt like Facebook just wanted all the control. Campaign budget optimization has been very effective for me. I really gave it a test over the past 7 days. I had this new client sign on. We've been struggling with their ads and we finally got this winning product, and now we were able to make it even better using CBO Campaign. So what I did was I simply put it in a CBO campaign. I was able to quickly take that budget from $100 a day to $1,000 a day on a CBO campaign and not ruin the results, because we all know when we're scaling these ad set level budgets, it's very hard to scale up really high very quickly without breaking it and crushing your results. So over the past week, I was able to take this store from about $300 to $400 a day and scale it up to about $4,500 a day in revenue. Primary topic of this video is the strategies we're currently using and how you can implement those in your campaigns. So guys, let's jump right into it. So let's start off at the top of funnel. You'll have about 2 to 3 different options of what type of audiences you can use. Number one is just a bunch of single interest audiences. The second one is a bunch of lookalike audiences based off prior data from the Facebook pixel. And lastly is a customer file lookalike audience based off customer data previously. So you'll have one of those 3 different options for your top of funnel CBO campaign. You simply want to go ahead and create a CBO campaign. Daily budget is going to be very different for everyone. I tend to work with clients that have a big budget, so I can afford to always start off about $100 to $200 a day, even for a test campaign. But I understand some of you guys do not have that type of ad spend available. Simply what you want to do is you want to kind of do a little bit of math. If you're going to test about 5 or 6 different lookalike audiences, or 10 different interest audiences, you simply want to allocate about $20 a day per audience you test. Let's say you're gonna test 5 different single interest audiences. You want to make sure you multiply that by $20 and you'll have $100 a day. If you only have a $40 a day budget, that literally limits you down just to 2 interests. So you wanna go ahead and create a CBO, create a conversion campaign, campaign budget optimization, turn it on, load in your daily budget. So for me, let's say $200 a day, because I want to test 10 single interest audiences. And then what you want to do is you want to create that ad set, call the ad set whatever audience you're targeting. That's just for organizational purposes, and load in all your data or all your targeting options. And under budget and scheduling, you should see more options. Click on see more options and you can actually change the budget of how it's feeding out to that particular ad set. And you wanna make sure you put a minimum ad spend of $10. So now you got your first ad set created. What you wanna do now is go load in the creatives. I always recommend doing about 4 to 5 different creatives in your CBO campaign. If you've never ran ads before, you want to maybe do about 4 to 5 different angles in the ads. Maybe if it's a new account or maybe if it's a new client, do 4 to 5 different angles to test, see what works best for their brand. But if you're very confident and you know what type of angles works for a brand, load in 4 different type of variations of that particular angle of how to target people in the creative section. Then simply what you want to do is you want to duplicate that ad set after your creative is finished. So that way you have 10 different ad sets, or 5 or 3, depending on how many different audiences you want to test starting out. You want to duplicate that ad set however many times and then load in all of your other targeting for those other ad sets. And all you want to do is just edit that ad set that you duplicated, boom, change the name, and then change the audience you want to target. Your creative should already be in there because like I said, you're just duplicating it. So now you get those ad sets duplicated and the campaign is live. You want to run this campaign for 3 days. That is my rule for all new campaigns. I run it for 3 days, a solid 72 hours from the moment it goes live. So that way Facebook can properly optimize that campaign, test those audiences, and then I can go back inside that campaign and figure out which ones are profitable, which ones are break even, which ones I just need to kill. And I'll usually always keep 3 audiences live. I never go below 3 audiences in a CBO campaign. I'll also look at the creatives. I honestly do not even turn off the creatives. I like to always keep about 4 to 5 creatives per audience doing well, because if I'm scaling pretty aggressively, you know, from $100 a day to $1,000 a day, if people get burnt out on a particular creative, Facebook's gonna cycle those other creatives in front of them, test different creatives if the results are going bad. I do not want to risk all my budget being in one creative and it just going to shit that day. So I like to kind of keep those creatives in there. I'll generally come there, maybe cycle in a new creative every now and then by simply just hitting create, drop a new creative in, maybe turn off an old one. The next thing to talk about is how do I scale it? So there's 2 different ways you can scale a CBO campaign. You can simply duplicate that whole campaign as number 1. This is a popular one. I'm not really a fan of it. I like to just scale that budget up. There's people out there who are simply raising that budget by 100% every day and getting amazing results. I did something very similar when I raised up this budget for this particular campaign from $100 a day to $1,000 a day, from like $100 a day to $250 a day to $500 a day to $750 a day, so not a quite full 100%, then to $1,000 a day. So you're gonna have to kind of have a feel for the campaign. So if you can try 100%, I'm not gonna lie, when you scale a campaign the next 24 hours, like let's say if I scale the campaign today, tomorrow the results are gonna be all right. You know, they won't be too great because, you know, Facebook has to kind of re-optimize that new budget. But the following day is always when it's really booming and doing really well. And that's something I've noticed as well. So you can do, I would never recommend more than 100% for scaling up a CBO campaign. You can do around 50% every 48 hours or 100% every 48 hours. But honestly, I would not recommend daily raising up a budget. So the next stage is middle of funnel for CBO for us. And just to kind of define what we call middle of funnel, it may not be the textbook definition, but this is basically just our warm audiences. This is the people who've interacted with our Facebook page, Instagram page, website, but haven't really taken any significant action. Just simply interacted or warm, they're aware of the brand. And we'll load in 3 different audiences or 4 different audiences. You know, website visitors past 30 days, people who engaged with the Facebook page past 30 days, people who engaged with the Instagram page past 30 days. So that's 3 different audiences right there. And again, depending on the budget, depending on the size of our top of funnel, you know, if we're spending $1,000 a day on the top of funnel, we can easily start off at $100 a day at a middle of funnel campaign. So our middle of funnel campaign will use a few different types of creatives in these ad sets. Really the hottest one is just simply coming there and taking existing posts client is posting on Instagram and Facebook on a day-to-day basis and linking it to the Shopify product page. So let's say, you know, they take a picture and, you know, we deal with a lot of clothing clients. So let's say if they have like a black shirt, you know, they take a picture, hey, this new black shirt, plain basic tee, now, you know, it just went up live, here's the link, boom. They'll get a lot of organic comments and stuff on that, and what we'll do is we'll come there and we'll load in that as a creative in our middle of funnel. So in this campaign, we'll have 4 to 5 different products per ad set, but all the same products for all ad sets. You'll have to update it pretty frequently in terms of the ad creatives and stuff, just because you risk a higher chance of ad fatigue. I can't tell you exactly the time frame. You're gonna have to update these creatives. It's simply gonna have to have a feel for it. If you start to notice a big decline, how they're performing, if they start doing pretty good, they do pretty good for quite a few days, and then all of a sudden you see a big decrease and they're not coming back up, then you wanna update those creatives and stuff, so. Now for the bottom of funnel campaign, what I'll do is I'll load in 4 different audiences, and the creatives, again, same creatives for all of them. And then, like I said, it's just more engaging content, stuff that's gonna build trust with people who had high intent to buy with the brand. And again, These audiences we're gonna target are add to cart 3 days but didn't purchase, add to cart 7 days but didn't purchase, checkout initiated 3 days but didn't purchase, checkout initiated 7 days but didn't purchase. And like I said, I'll load in the same creatives for all of them. These types of creatives will be like customer selfies with the product, unboxing videos, just different things that can target the motives and beliefs of these buyers that can get them to buy and complete their purchase, whatever limiting belief that prevented them from buying, or maybe they need a little bit more of a motive to fix that problem in their life. So that's pretty much everything of what we're currently doing for CBO right now. I'm very excited for this update because like I said, it's worked well for us over the past month, 2 months of us finally starting testing it inside my agency with my clients. I'm very excited for this feature. I talked about a lot of information in this video, and I'm actually gonna put this in a kind of like a little PDF for you guys can download. It's not gonna be super advanced, it'll literally just be straight to the point, and you can click that below in the description. And if you want to work with me and my agency and my team and stuff, if you have any interest of what we do, you can simply click below. I'll have like a case study you can watch. If you're intrigued, you can schedule a call from there. But in terms of that, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know, what do you think about CBO? Let me know your success stories in it. I'm very curious to see what you guys have been doing with CBO. And make sure you subscribe and smash that like button for more content relating to Facebook ads, business, life, entrepreneurship. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Have a good day.